Hello, hello, hello. My name is Ashley Kirkwood with the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, and I don't have long to be with you guys. I run a company called Speak Your Way to Cash, where we are the absolute best at helping experts, entrepreneurs, and authors, service-based businesses sell more services. I'm also your host for the fabulous Speak Your Way to Cash podcast. And if you have not tuned in, then please do. Our last episode was with one of my great friends, Audrea Richmond, on how to unclone your marketing. So you want to check that out. And now we have a video element to the podcast. Okay. So if you are not looking at the podcast on our YouTube channel, then that's what you want to do. But today we're here to talk to you about the power of adopting powerful sales strategies during the recession. So if you have someone who you know should be in this building, go ahead and share this with 3 people and drop done. We're going to do this pop-up live session really for a couple of reasons. I wanted to make sure that you all were able to thrive during these times. Okay. And if you are someone who is like, okay, my sales are down, I need some new strategies, things that were working last year aren't working this year, then I want you to tune in. And if that's you, drop me in the comments. If you're like, yes, I am at a place in business where I need to do something different, I need to shake some things up, just drop me in the comments because you are going to want to be dialed into this session. We're going to go through 4 strategies you can implement right now. And my commitment to you is to give you things that you can do today to grow your business. But I got to know before I get into this, before I even go this route and get into all of this, are y'all going to implement what we say? Now, one of our themes here for our Cash Leet community is you got to keep the energy high and the excuses low. So I just want to know who is going to actually implement. If you're going to implement, drop action in the comments. If you're not going to let how you feel stop you from taking action, drop action in the comments. If you know that you came too far to fail now, drop action in the comments. And if you know that you were just praying for something to shift in your business, drop action in the comments, because what I know is one good implemented strategy could shift your viewpoint in your business. And I do not do these live videos often. So if I come on here with PowerPoint slides, y'all already know it's about to go down. So we're going to talk about the power of adapting sales strategies during a recession. And before we even get into that, I want you all to be really, really clear on something. Let me tell you what I need you to be real clear on. I'm going to stop sharing for just a minute. I need you to tap in, dial in, and be extraordinarily clear on this one thing. Here is the one thing I want you to be clear on. Your business will thrive as long as you keep your mind aligned with your goals. Now, I didn't say keep your mind aligned with the news. Keep your mind aligned with what's happening in the world. I didn't say keep your mind aligned with your last excuse. I said keep your mind aligned with your goals. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you've been experiencing. I don't know what you've been feeling. I don't know what's been the resistance in your life, but I guarantee you, if you keep your mind aligned with your goals, you can win. And I'll tell you this. If you are not intentional with where you spend your mind, where you spend your energy, what you invest in now, it can derail your future. So, because I don't want no cash leaks left behind, I want you all to double down on your commitment to keep your mind aligned with your goals. Now, I ain't going to go too far on that because I got a lot to present. And my husband, my man is speaking very soon to those who already have their ticket to Speak Your Way to Cash Live. And I need to be in the building. So we're going to dive right in. So let's talk about the sales strategies that are going to help you during a recession. So number one, you want to leverage media to establish authority. Now, here's the thing about times that are challenging or that are difficult or that are, that present opportunities. Because the truth is, every single challenge is an opportunity for you to get stronger. And I'm going to prove it to you. If y'all don't mind me proving it, prove it in the comments. And if you're listening to this, just say, prove it out loud on the podcast on your ride home. Now, here's the thing, you guys. I am in a process of getting in the best shape of my life, holla at your girl, and eating better than I've ever eaten in my entire life. And the challenge that I had to overcome in yesterday, I just did something at a CrossFit gym. So some of you all know this, some of you all don't, but like this year, I just committed to being wealthier, healthier, finer than ever. It's just, it's just my goals for the year. You know what I'm saying? So and I mean healthy in every way. Like I've doubled down on committing to my spiritual life. I've doubled down on committing to being a better leader. I've doubled down on committing to being a better wife, a better mom, a better business owner. I was just like 2023, I'm just going to get better at everything. But here's what I realized. I was working out with the trainer. We were lifting. I was maybe lifting like 20 to 30 pounds per session, not a lot. And I started to feel like I'm used to this. Like I already know how to do this. I'm used to this. It's going to be hard, but then I'm going to get through it. I ain't really sweating a lot. And so I was like, I need to amp up my workouts. And for any of you that work out, CrossFit is like super intense. So I was like, no, I want to lift. I want to be able to lift like 200 pounds, 300 pounds. Like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to amp it up. And so when I decided this, I got another trainer. Now here's the lesson in this. When I decided I wanted to lose more weight faster, when I decided I wanted to amp up my business, I wanted to amp up my health, I already had a trainer, I already had a coach, but I didn't fire the coach I had. I went and hired a whole nother coach to get me results faster. So now I'm doing both. And the first time I had to lift 160 pounds, going from like just lifting 30 pounds to 160 pounds, it was a challenge. And it was really, really hard. And originally I didn't know whether I could do it. But then I lifted that weight and then he was like, you want to lift more? And I had a choice. And this is the same choice that many of you have. I could have said, no, I don't want to lift more because it's heavy. I don't want to lift more because it's challenging. But I was like, is that a challenge? And he was like, you want to lift more? I was like, of course. Now, it was heavy. I didn't know if your girl was going to make it. But in doing that, he was like, just do it at least once. I was able to lift even more weight than I thought was possible. And for some of you, you're believing in your business. Like you literally are believing right now the lie that you can't lift the weight that is in front of you. And so instead of doing more, you're doing less. If you want to know how to survive, if you want to know, oh, I hope you all can still hear me on Instagram. Do not disturb. Let's see. Okay, let me know if you can still hear me on Instagram. Drop yes if you can still hear me on Instagram. This is so good. Oh, such a distraction. Anyways, I got a call come through and I'm live on Instagram too. If you want to know how to survive during a recession, the way that you're going to not just survive, but the way that you're going to thrive is not by giving up on what you've already been doing. It's not by stopping what you already know works. It's by doing more. It's by saying yes when other people would say no. Here's what happens during recessions. During recessions, there are two types of entrepreneurs. One type of entrepreneur is like, okay, I see something coming. I don't know what's coming, but I'm going to double down. I get coaching. Instead of just getting one coach, maybe I'm going to get two. Or maybe you join a program that has multiple coaches, but instead of you just not going to all your calls, you go to all the calls. You go to the calls with me. You go to the calls with the experts in our mastermind. You go to everything. You're not doing less. You're doing more. Why? Because everything that is a challenge has the potential to become your muscle only if you don't give up. I'm just saying. I don't know why y'all got me so hyped. I got like less than 30 minutes to get this out. Now, there's another type of entrepreneur. And this type of entrepreneur takes their focus off of their goals and aligns their mindset with their environment. Dangerous one to be. Because see, my mind is so aligned with my goals that it's stuff happening all around me, but that stuff does not have to get on the inside of me. And so I feel like there are some of you who are allowing what's around you to get in you. But what if I told you that you don't have to allow what's around you to get in you? You just need to be more aligned with your goals than you are the distractions around you. You need to be more dialed in on, I've been telling my mastermind, I'm like, y'all need a North Star offer. The thing that you're going to sell every single day of the week, the thing that your content is going to be aligned to sell, and you need to focus. Because whenever there is an environment where there is a lot of distraction possible, the people that are focused always prevail. The people that are not scattered always prevail. And this is why coaching with someone who understands the times, but understands your destiny is incredibly important. So let's get into some content. Y'all gonna take me. I'm gonna blame y'all for if I go off script. I'm gonna blame y'all. But if this is good so far, drop good in the comments. So number one, we're gonna go through the paid method and how you all can leverage it right now during a recession. Leverage the media to establish authority. You need to be an industry expert. If you are selling services, you need to be an industry expert. And the question I want you to ask yourself is this: if someone were to, if someone were to if someone were to need to prove to somebody else that you are the dominant authority in your space, what third-party data do they have to prove it? Make it simple. How would the world know that you are the one they should work with? Where's the third-party evidence and proof? You need to be getting on podcasts. You need to be getting on television and talking about your expertise. I was in a professional development course. Shout out to Pastor Daniels. I'm in his Daniels Den program. And he talked about the difference between leading with influence and leading with authority. And he was like, if you lead with authority, people are going to be subject to like listen to you because, like, for instance, I have team members, like I'm their boss, like that's leading with authority. But what I like to do is I like to galvanize them around a common goal so that, yes, they'll do their job, but they go above and beyond their job because they're so inspired by the mission that we have at the company. Instead of being like, you don't do this, like, that's it. You know what I mean? So like, one of the things you want to think about is how are you an influencer in your space? And let me be very clear. I do not mean influencer like you post in all pastels, you have pretty pictures and pretty videos. That's cool. But I mean, how are you influencing the way your competitors do business solely because what you do is so unique that they trying to follow you, not realizing that you have already innovated on what they're copying from last season? Like, is there any area in your industry where you are the thought leader, where you did something before other people did it, where people are looking to see what you do to figure out what they should be doing? If not, then I want you to take some time to just think about how you want to shift your industry. And then start speaking in the language of an industry leader. So many of you guys are talking to your clients using the language from ChatGPT, but not using the language of an industry leader, an industry icon, an industry innovator. So when people hear your marketing message, does it sound like everybody else's? Like, one of the things that we really popularized in our individual space is one, now there's two, I'm gonna give y'all some nuggets and I got 20 minutes. Two things. Trademark your phrases. Energy high, excuses low is a trademark. We call our community Cash Leads. That's a trademark name. No one else in the world can call their community Cash Leads. I'm going through with you all right now the paid methodology, our 4-part process for learning how to grow businesses. So a part of why we're industry leaders, a part of what sets us apart is the very language of our culture. You cannot have a culture if your community doesn't have a language. You come to a Speak Your Way to Cash event, people going to be like, energy high, excuses. Y'all already know. Low. Y'all already know. We're calling you all cash leads. We're talking about even like we're saying the North Star offer. There are certain phrases that you will hear in our community. The currency of confidence, your MBA framework, the FAME methodology. These are all common terms that we utilize, but energy high, excuses low is one of them. Another one is like my favorite affirmation, God doesn't tease me. You'll hear that in our community. You'll hear people regurgitate that. How do you know that your culture has a language? Well, you know your culture has a language is if your clients can repeat key phrases that you say over and over and over again. So are you building a community that has a distinct culture? That's number one. Second thing on language, say what your clients want to say, but can't say because of some concern or fear they have. Like, one of the things that I say a lot is I want real experts to outsell fake experts. It's strong, but it's true. Like, who is the imaginary threat to your clients taking up the dominant space they deserve in the industry? Go after the threat. Fake experts. Many of my clients have doctorate degrees, master's degrees, all types of industry experience, corporate clients, and they just haven't found the mechanism, or they're exercising. Now they're exercising the mechanism to get seen and get loud in a world that values how people look over how people operate. In a world that values cachet over character, in a world that values you being a beautiful person over you having beautiful insights and strategies. And so, in my opinion, real experts are being outsold by fake experts because culture values flash over substance. And so I have to speak to that industry threat. It is a threat. And every single one of your industries has a threat. How are you giving voice to the threats that your industry is experiencing? In fact, I'm a lawyer, a real one, law degree, barred. There was another lawyer who was selling like legal services who was not a lawyer. That's an industry threat. That's literally a fake expert presenting themselves as a real expert. They do not have a legally recognizable law degree. That is an industry threat. Why is that a threat? Because now every one of this fake lawyer's clients is going to be putting their real lawyer through all these extra hoops because there was a fake expert. And so one of the threats that we've identified are fake experts. It's not insurmountable, but it's a threat. Now, a lot of my clients probably wouldn't go online and just be like, I'm so sick of fake experts. But me, as the industry leader, will be like, I am so sick of fake experts. Now, here's what's important here. I'm not attacking any individual person. I'm not like, Sarah did this and blasting people and being messy. I'm not doing that. That doesn't serve our greater purpose. However, addressing the elephant in the room absolutely serves our greater purpose. So let's get real about what are the threats to your industry? How can you call out the threats and let your clients know, one, you see the threats, you understand the threats, and you're the person to guide them through the murky waters, because while everyone else is saying the same thing, you don't even sound like everyone else. So they know that you are the option for them. Boom, be an industry expert. 2, build authority on social media. Let people know that you have actual expertise, and also build rapport by showing a little bit of your life. Okay. Now, real life marketing, I'm fine with. Lifestyle marketing, if it's fake, I don't know. I don't know. I don't do that. I will show you my real life. I'm not gonna show you a fake life. If I'm showing it, I'm actually living it. So you need to figure out, and this is what's tough for us real experts. Let's talk the real ones, right? What's tough for us real experts is that we feel like our degrees, our credentials, our client results, our legitimate expertise, our actual knowledge, we feel like what we know should matter more than what we show. And this was a struggle that I've had. If you've dealt with this, drop yes in the comments. If you're like, why doesn't what I know matter more than what I show? And the reason for that is you know it, but they may not know it. And so what you know in reality does matter more than what you show. But if you don't show it, it cannot attract your clients to you. And so this is the real struggle of the real experts that the fake experts have no problem with. Okay. Fake experts, it's all about what they show, because in the dark, they're not necessarily studying. In the dark, they're not really getting the degrees. In the dark, they're not really doing the work. But for those of us that are doing the work, we're like, why don't you just trust that I am actually doing the work to show you and to help you? Why isn't the degree enough? Why isn't the 20 years of experience enough? Why isn't the fact that I was already going to make millions of dollars in corporate enough? Why isn't the fact that I work for the largest global law firm in the entire world enough for you to be like, this sister is cold? Why isn't it enough? And so what we have to get comfortable doing, and a lot of it is just putting that ego in the back pocket and just showing people, look, yes, I was a lawyer, but let me be clear. I was not just any lawyer. I worked at a large law firm. I worked at the #1 law firm in the world. And frankly, what that means is only 14% of everyone who ever gets a law degree and ever passes the bar even has the possibility to work at the type of firm that I worked at. It makes more money than every other law firm in the Illinois area, and it was the #7 highest grossing law firm in the world when I worked there. I was the only Black woman in litigation. You got to tell them your story. You got to tell them your story. You can't just say, well, I have a doctorate degree. No. You have to say, no, I was the 10th woman to graduate from that particular practice, which means out of the 15,000 people they've graduated before me, I was number 10 who had that degree. So when you listening to the sister on the internet who did the TikTok, who went and got a certificate from Harvard, I got a degree from Harvard. You have to, we got to start, for the sake of saving our people, talk that talk. as my friend George would say. Okay. Like we have to start telling people, like, yeah, that's good that you got an honorary doctorate. Much respect. No disrespect to what you've been doing in your field. I got one that required me going to school, passing a dissertation test. I sat before a board. I wrote a 50-page paper. I didn't have Chat GPT to do it. I put in the work. And every single step of the way, I learned. You get the benefit of all that knowledge. So sure, you can go to somebody who got a certificate, or you can be with somebody who really knows what they're doing. And what my heart's desire is for the real experts who have the credibility, who have the authority to get bold enough, to get loud enough, and to get skilled enough to share your expertise. Because the only reason, let me just be real, the only reason why the coaching industry has a bad rap is because the industry does not have a licensing requirement. And so you've allowed people who've taken one course and read one book to now coach tens of thousands of people by way of the internet. But so many of us have gone through degrees, are still governed by ethical boards, have the experience, but we want to be quiet about it. Absolutely the heck not. I almost said another word. My mama may be watching. Absolutely not. We have to get louder. Well, Ashley, I do a post a day. Do 3. Well, that's a lot of work. So what? You told me your purpose was to change the world. You ain't gonna change the world with them 2 likes on that post. Now, come on. What we talking about? Are we talking about changing the world, or are we talking about changing the lives of our auntie and our uncle and our cousin who liked our last post? We have to get our skills up in a new arena. So yes, sis, you're skilled in what you're skilled at, but how do we get your skills up in a new arena? Last thing, make sure you get some customer reviews and do some SEO. Then you're going to need to assemble an offer, create a recession-proof offer. Now, let me tell y'all about this. Let me tell y'all about a recession-proof offer. Let's just talk about it. Number 1, let me explain what a recession is. A recession means spending slows for the greater economy. For some individual people, their spending stops. Recessions, in some instances, are created more on fear than they are actual economic climates. And it's so interesting that that is actually like a fact. But what's so interesting about that fact is this: people's businesses stop growing, and it's more because of fear than it is an actual economic climate. Your business will stop growing more because you believe people don't have money than it will for people not having money. And everything around you literally tells you that people have money. Every time you go to the gas station, ain't somebody getting gas? People got money. Every time you go to the grocery store, ain't somebody getting groceries? People got money. Look at the Beyonce concert. You think people don't got money? Sis sold out of all the seats. I'm going to Women Evolve with 11,000, probably 15,000 plus women. People got money. Her inner circle sold out before she even had it. People got money. So why is it that for Sarah Jakes and for Beyonce and for all of these other people, things aren't stopping? And what most of you are thinking right now is a limiting belief that it's because they're a celebrity. But what if I told you that there is an entire audience of people that would rather make you their celebrity than Beyonce? There is a whole audience of people that would rather spend time with you than Sarah Jakes. What if I told you that there is a whole audience of people that would rather get a VIP day with you than get a VIP day with some random celebrity that they don't know? But because you won't tell them why you should sit in that seat, they can't put you there. What if I told you that with the existence of the internet, you are a celebrity too? I know it's hard to believe because us real experts, let me talk to us. We be looking at stuff just from the data and the facts and the studies. We're like, okay, well, Ashley, I'm not a celebrity because if I were to walk into a restaurant and LeBron James were to walk into a restaurant, I wouldn't necessarily get a seat. But there is a sector of society that would value you exactly the same, that meeting you would change their life more than meeting President Obama. And if you don't believe that, you won't market like that. You are a celebrity too. And there is a whole audience of people that want to put you in that seat, that want to buy from you as though you are that, not because of some artificial number or because you've sold a lot of records, but because you changed their life. Don't get caught up in the word. Oh my God, I don't want to be a celebrity. I'm too humble for that. Whatever. If I change people's lives and they want to treat me like a celebrity, I don't care. That's fine. That is inconsequential. The ultimate goal is how many lives can I change with my expertise? By the very nature of doing what I am supposed to do on this earth, my influence will rise. I am totally comfortable with that. But let me tell you guys something. And I've seen it so many times. You will never become something you hate. So if you hate celebrity, if you hate influence, if you always think that rich folks are doing something shady, if you believe that 7-figure business owners act a certain way or 8-figure business owners act a certain way, then you will always take yourself out of sitting in that position. But what if, isn't it better for my daughter to look up to many of you with PhDs and degrees and for her to watch shows that you create on TV than for her to watch Cardi B? Like, I don't want my 3-year-old repeating Cardi B lyrics. Maybe y'all do, each his own. I ain't judging you. That's not what I want. I would rather celebrities look like you and me. I would rather we watch reality TV shows where people are actually doing real business and their husbands aren't doing things like hitting them and cursing them out. I would rather me and Chris be on TV. I would much rather that some of my mentors be on TV. I would much rather watch that on the screen. Why wouldn't we be aiming to sit in seats that could influence the masses if you know your character's in check? Why y'all think I'm working out? I'm preparing for whatever's up next. We don't care. So a recession-proof offer starts with you not believing that the recession is bigger than your goals, not believing that the recession is going to take you out, not believing that you're going to lose it all, not believing that whatever is going on in the economic climate has to mean that you will experience an astronomical decline. What you believe, you do. So if you don't believe your business will grow right now, I guarantee you will not work as hard as you need to work to grow it. Because if spending slows, then that means that people are still spending, but they're going to be more selective. And so you need to leverage every tool in your tool belt in order to help them to select your services if those services really can help them. Now, what are some tools? Influence is a tool. Speaking is a tool. Sales strategies are tools. You need to be utilizing tools in your tool belt. Coaching is a tool. Some of you all hire coaches and don't ask them a question. If you were to walk by your coach on the street, the coach wouldn't even know your name because you ain't never asked a question. You don't go in the portal. You're not sharing your wins. That is horrible. If you're in a coaching program, you should be knowing every single person in that program and they should be knowing you because the best marketing is still word of mouth. And if people don't know that you exist in the spaces that you operate within, they can't refer you. They cannot help you. They cannot blow up your brand. I've referred probably 3 or 4 people this week just because they came top of mind because I know what they do and they know me and I know them. We need to be referring each other strategically, right? Now, that's that. Recession-proof offers. 1, make your offer simple. Have a North Star offer. What is the one thing that you're going to sell? And outside of selling that thing, if they cannot move forward with that thing, what are your downsells? How are you getting people on the phone? You can provide free or paid consultations. And then how do you make sure that your services can be accessed from anywhere and then sell them appropriately? So this is the difference between saying, I have an on-demand course or being like, you can access my course from anywhere in the world at any time, day or night. Which one sounds more persuasive, right? So we did a program called Millions from the Stage for our mastermind. And if you know you should be in the Speak Your Way to Cash mastermind, I don't know what you're waiting on, but I'd recommend you go and get in there. You can drop mastermind in the comments and we'll send you an application. But you can create remote services. And then you need to be, outside of having your North Star offer, this is your main offer that everything is leading to versus having all these little bitty offers. Have one main offer that everything links through, and everything else you sell should be leading people to that main offer, right? I don't have a lot of time to go through that because Chris is about to start. But then you want to assemble, after you assemble your North Star offer, you want to make sure you're inviting clients to work with you, and you are providing proactive outreach strategies. I'm going to give you 3 proactive outreach strategies, y'all. 3. How many? Drop it in the chat. Drop how many strategies y'all about to get in the chat, okay? 3. 1, create personalized emails to connect with past clients and potential clients, detailing your current offers and how you can help them. Now, here's what I recommend. If you send out a mass email to all of your past clients, that first email should be short. What's your biggest challenge as it relates to blank? And are you willing to grow your business right now? And are you aiming to grow your business right now? Are you accepting additional clients? Because some people have decided that they've given up, right? So we want to work with the people who decided they have not given up and they're going to go harder and their business is going to grow, okay? 2, get in the DMs. Engage your customers on a personal level. Whenever the general sentiment is like negative or heavy, you need to up the level of personalization. We started doing this last year with personal phone calls and outreach and DMing people. And now you're like, well, Ashley, how? I mean, that's a lot of outreach. I don't know. I mean, I'm busy. How am I do all this? First of all, if you are not where you want to be in your goals, you may not be busy. You may be misaligned, meaning you are spending time on activities that will not produce the result that they should produce in your life. You need to realign where you spend your time based on your goals, not on your feelings. And you need strong boundaries and focus. Hello, somebody. Sometimes it's not that you're busy, it's that you're misaligned and you give anyone and everyone your time without boundaries. So just saying, somebody drop boundaries in the comments. But you need to get in the DMs. And if you aren't going to do it, then you need to hire someone to do it. My first ever hire was a sales assistant. When I'm we went in the Virtual Assistant Savvy's Facebook group and hired her. We just did a whole training for our mastermind about how we hire high value talent full-time for $1,000 a month or less. I'm just saying, drop mastermind if you want to get in that group. And it is an investment, so don't play. Y'all already know. Number 3, you need to create multi-pronged outreach strategies. What does this mean? It means I'm not just going to email them. I'm going to email, I'm going to call, I'm going to send a letter. I'm going to also have comments on their Facebook posts. I'm going to create a multi-pronged strategy. And then number 4, hit the phones. Every time you collect someone's data, ask them for their phone number. Don't just collect emails. Ask them for their phone number so you can call, so you can text. Get engaged with your actual customers, okay? There's so much more I can say on that. Then you want to actually deliver and get referrals so you maintain the customer relationship. Create a reward system for repeat customers. Stick to your promises. Seek feedback. We just did a whole feedback survey with our actual mastermind. And then you want to create a marketing strategy that actually works. Okay, so y'all, sell to your strengths, not to what you wish you were good at. Some of the times we're selling products and services that we don't really believe we're that great at. And so it's very difficult to sell with a certain level of confidence because, again, we're real experts, not the fake ones. So we ain't just about to get up here and tell you that we the best in the world at this if we ain't the best in the world at this. There's something that me and my husband joke about all the time. No shade to Atlanta because I live here, but I just got to say. In Chicago, if somebody say, they got the best, blah, 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 and it's food related, oh, baby, that is a verified best. Like, we don't cap in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a place where people are just like, oh, yeah, I'm the best in the world. And then they show up and it's just like not a thing. Like Chicago, New York, not really something that I've experienced. But baby, in Georgia, okay, best is subjective. All right. And so for most people who really care about their expertise and their reputation, it's very difficult to feel like I'm the best at this, or I'm really good at this, or I'm selling people this product if you don't believe in it. So a heart check is this something that I am actually good at? Seriously. And if not, what is the thing that I should be selling that I'm not selling, even though I know I'm better at it? And I don't recommend you just ditch what you're selling now that works, but I do recommend you develop a plan to strategically start selling the thing that you are good at. And that would mean putting a team in place to work with what you got now. So look, y'all, I have to go. If y'all enjoyed this live, I ain't been live in a minute. I ain't been live in a minute, so I had to come back a little strong. But here's what I want you all to do. We have an incredible opportunity for you all to attend Speak Your Way to Cash Live. It's my event in November. We already have 400 people that'll be in the building. I think we're at 390 something people that'll be in the building. We need to get that number to 600. And here's what I want you all to believe with me on. I'm going to be very transparent and ask you all for some help. We are believing for 600 people to be in the building at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. This would make this our largest event. This event started with 10 people in the conference room. If you know absolutely anyone, here's where I'm going to ask for your help. So I ain't charge y'all for none of that stuff I just gave you, none of that fire. If you know anyone that should be in the building for Speak Your Way to Cash Live and spend 3 days with me coaching them through their sales, marketing, and operations tactics to build their speaking, consulting, or service-based business, I want you to share this live with them. I'm going to leave it up on Instagram and tag them in the comments on Facebook. Okay? Tag them in the comments. And if you know that you need a shift in your business and in your life, you need to be in the building at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. Day 1 focuses all on mindset and sales. Day 2 focuses all on marketing. Day 3 focuses all on operations. And we're going to talk about leveraging the international market. We're going to talk about our hiring strategy, which is very unique. I've been told by HR reps and recruiters alike, the way we do things is not like everyone else. And if you know someone who should be in the building, just tag them, share this video with them, and tell them to meet you at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. If you want to be at Speak Your Way to Cash Live, then drop live in the comments and I will send you the link to join. And then also you can just go to www.speakyourwaytocashlive.com. Look, y'all, this is our 8th event. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And I want you all to really think about that. What it takes to put on to be up to, and this is our 8th event, 8th Speak Your Way to Cash Live event. We have done this same event for the past several years, and this is our 8th one. Think about that level of consistency. This event started with 10 people in a conference room, and now we'll have hundreds of people in the building. So when you go to Speak Your Way to Cash Live, you can get your ticket, and you can literally get your virtual ticket for $14.97, under $2,000 for 3 full days, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. of actual detailed strategic level content. 3 days. You are going to come and you are going to invest in your business and in yourself for 3 days straight. And you are going to change your business and you are going to change your life. And the shifts and the relationships that you make at that event are going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced before. And it is going to catapult you to a level in your mindset and a level in your skill set that will produce over and above your expectations if you implement. And I believe in this I believe in this event. I believe in what we're doing at Speak Your Way to Cash. I believe in every single speaker that hits that stage. I believe in our mission so much that if you come to Speak Your Way to Cash Live and you email us afterwards and you're like, I didn't learn anything new. I didn't learn anything I can implement in my business. And you're telling me that and honest and you ain't lying, which will be I'll give you your money back. I'll give you your money back. I don't even want your money. I will give you your money back. So here's what you have to do now, because here's what a lot of you can do. A lot of you are like, okay, this was a good live. Ooh, I feel good. I took some good notes. I'm going to go implement. And then there's some of you who are like, well, I can't do it because the business is hurting right now and I don't really know if I can make it and blah, blah, blah. And there's all these excuses that are coming into your mind. But I want you to ask yourself this question and drop the answer in the comments. If there is even a chance that this event could be the catalyst for you growing and exploding your business, isn't it worth coming and finding out? Drop yes or no in the comments. What's your answer? Drop yes or no in the comments. And when you get a VIP or platinum ticket, what we're going to do is give you a database of trainings that you can start watching immediately after you buy your ticket so that your business can start seeing the fruits beforehand. Before last year's event, our Speak Your Way to Cash Live attendees made over $700,000 just by utilizing the pre-event bonuses before they even got in the room. And this year, I want you guys to beat that number. And so we're going to have to amp up the level of activity. We're going to have to amp up what we're willing to put in. And we're going to have to start getting loud as real experts who know what we're doing so that our businesses can grow for the embetterment of mankind. Okay. Like, I genuinely believe that some of the issues that we face in this country are solely because the person in the room who knew the most didn't know how to speak up the most. And I don't want that to be your story. I don't want that to be your situation. And so, whether you're at six figures trying to get to seven, you're at seven looking to scale with corporate clients and high end clients, or whether you're just starting your business and like, hey, I just need to get my roadmap for getting started, we have something for everyone at this event. And all we need to know is, will you be in the building? So if you think this could help somebody else, tag them in the comments, share the word. And if you're like, okay, well, I don't really know, we are doing a Pitch Your Way to Cash challenge at the end of the month. You can hear me talk, hear me speak on sales strategies a little bit more. And you can get your ticket for that at pitchyourwaytocash.com. I'm going to go support my husband, support him through the event. And if you buy your event ticket, we're actually doing a training today. So if you buy your event ticket right now, we're doing a live training right now that I'm about to go to with my husband that starts in just a few minutes. So DM me after you get your ticket and I will just send you the Zoom link so you can get in the room, because he is teaching on how to dominate on your sales calls. We had someone attend this training last year, and one of our mastermind members actually was like, she closed a contract. I think it was like $9,000 after hearing his sales strategies on the phone. That's what he does all day, is get on the phone and sell people. So I want to see you in there. If you get your ticket right away, just DM me and I'll send you the Zoom link. I'll be checking my DMs. But I will see you guys at Speak Your Way to Cash Live. I cannot wait. And I'm going to be doing more pop-up training, so keep your notifications on. Make sure you're listening to the Speak Your Way to Cash podcast, and make sure you're in the Speak Your Way to Cash group. Until next time, Cash Leads, I will keep the energy high and the excuses low. I want you to keep the energy high and the excuses low, and I will talk to you guys later.